My husband cheated with my sister, so I started sleeping with his dad for revenge. Now I'm pregnant and the DNA test is tomorrow. Both families are gathering. My name is Amber and I'm 28 years old. Right now I'm sitting in my car outside a family restaurant, gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles are white. Inside that building, everyone I know is waiting. My parents, his parents, my sister, my husband, and none of them know what's coming. But let me back up, because this mess started 6 months ago, and you need to understand how I got here. I thought I had the perfect marriage. Kyle and I had been together since college, married for 4 years. He was one of those guys everyone liked, charismatic, successful, the kind of husband who still brought me coffee in bed on Sundays. We lived in a nice townhouse in Connecticut, had good jobs, were trying for a baby. From the outside, we were golden. My sister Melissa is 2 years younger than me. Growing up, we were close. Not best friends close, but normal sister close. She was always the prettier one, the fun one. I was the responsible one, the one who got good grades and made sensible choices. She bounced from job to job, relationship to relationship. I never resented her for it. That was just Melissa. She'd been staying with us for 3 weeks last March. She'd just broken up with her boyfriend and needed a place to crash while she found a new apartment. Kyle and I had a guest room. It seemed like the obvious thing to do. I should have known better. It was a Tuesday night. I was supposed to be at a work conference in Boston, staying overnight, but the keynote speaker canceled, so they called the whole thing off. I drove home early, around 8 p.m., stopped and grabbed Thai food as a surprise for Kyle. When I walked in, the house was dark except for the upstairs lights. I called out, but nobody answered. I figured Kyle was in his office with headphones on. He did that sometimes when he was coding. I climbed the stairs with the takeout bag. Our bedroom door was closed, which was weird. I opened it. They didn't even stop when I walked in. That's the part that still makes me sick. My husband, my sister, in my bed, on my side of the bed. And they were so into it they didn't notice me standing there for a full 5 seconds. When Melissa finally saw me, she screamed. Kyle jumped up, scrambling for his boxers. The Thai food hit the floor. I just stood there frozen, watching red curry sauce spread across the hardwood like blood. Amber, wait, Kyle started. I didn't wait. I turned around and walked out. Got in my car, drove to a hotel, turned off my phone, sat in the dark room and stared at the wall until sunrise. The next few days were a blur. Kyle called and texted hundreds of times. Melissa too. I ignored them both. I told my boss I had a family emergency and took a week off. I stayed in that hotel room and tried to figure out what to do. When I finally went home, Kyle was there alone. Melissa had moved out, he said, gone to stay with a friend. He cried, begged, said it was a mistake, that he loved me, that it only happened twice and he was planning to end it. Only twice. Like that made it better. He said Melissa had come on to him, that he was weak and stupid, but it meant nothing. He said he'd do anything to fix this. Therapy, couples counseling, whatever I wanted. And here's the thing that makes me hate myself. Part of me wanted to believe him. Part of me wanted to pretend it never happened and go back to our perfect life. Because divorce is hard. Starting over is hard. And I still loved him, even though I knew I shouldn't. So I stayed. We started counseling. He moved into the guest room while we worked on things. I called my sister and told her she was dead to me. She cried and apologized, but I hung up before she could finish. My parents didn't know what happened. Neither did his. We told everyone Melissa and I had a fight about something petty and we'd work it out eventually. Kyle's parents, Robert and Patricia, had us over for dinner every Sunday like always. We smiled and pretended everything was fine, but everything wasn't fine. I couldn't sleep in our bed anymore. Couldn't look at Kyle without seeing them together. The counselor said I needed time to heal, to rebuild trust. But how do you rebuild trust in two people who destroyed it together? 3 weeks into this new hell, Robert called me, Kyle's dad. He asked if I wanted to meet him for coffee that afternoon. Said he could tell something was wrong and wanted to check on me privately. Robert had always been kind to me. He was 54, still handsome in that salt and pepper way, distinguished. He'd been a corporate lawyer before retiring early. Patricia was fine but cold. Robert was warm.